Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Are we all here? Okay. And of course, my usual question, can you all hear me? Hello, squatties. Okay, so now you should be able to hear me, right? I don't know how that happened. Okay, but you can hear me now, right? You muted yourself. But can you hear me now? Did you mute yourself? Yes, okay. Yeah, actually, I don't know what I did. Um, and then you all were wondering, how come you don't go live? Because it is a lot going on. And it's like, it's like, okay, if you were on radio, you would have a producer. You don't have a producer, you are the producer. So, yeah. And so that's why I say I really admire the people who do this all the time, like Tina and Michelle. Well, in particular, Tina, because she's the one operating the StreamYard. But yeah, so what you guys missed was I didn't realize that the fail was going to have to pay damages to the Duchess of Sussex. And not only that, but they have to pay the legal fees. I had no knowledge of that, but I'm going to show you something that I'm a little bit messy, and this did pique my interest. And so I want to show you guys. And this is the oh, but first of all, does this apply to anybody in the group? Just curious. Does this apply to anyone? Yes, no, possibly. I know. I figured I'd start off kind of messy today, but believe me, the last thing you want to see is a middle-aged, over-caffeinated, chubby baby boomer submit anything like that. So, I personally won't do it. I won't be the one to start this off, but if that's something you all feel comfortable with, inbox me. That's all I can say is inbox me. I know that is starting off things kind of messy. Okay, let me do this. Oh no, I want to get rid of that. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Janelle's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my. Did you guys love that or what? I had so much fun putting that together. You have no idea. I've watched it several times myself. I had so much fun putting that together, and I wasn't sure how Ivy was going to take it, but she got a real kick out of it. As a matter of fact, she actually put it on her Twitter, so I was glad for that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun for me. So, okay, yeah. All right, you guys, I can see that my mic is on. I figured that out. Thank you so much for being patient with me with this because like I say, it's more than a notion, but it is a lot of fun. So, but that's not really what I wanted to share with you guys. So, the guy, who is it? Lord Ruthermore, the one who owns the Daily Mail. What do you guys think about him when you first look at him? What do you think about him? Because physically, this guy, and some of y'all know what I'm getting at. It's kind of like that Tom Jones syndrome, where you just wonder, as if, maybe, possibly, not to disparage Tom Jones. Oh, thank you, B10 Pal. Thank you so much. B10 Pal has been so supportive for so long. But and I honestly I do thank you. That really means a lot to me. And it's not just the money; it's the validation that is so elevating and uplifting. But Lord Baltimore, what do you think about that guy? It's something about him. When I look at him, I just say to myself, "Hey, bruh, what's up, bruh?" And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am scrambling trying to find his photo um, because it's something about this guy, and I can't put my finger on it, but he's an interesting looking character. But he is the one. He's an aristocrat. He owns the Daily Fail, and the Duchess of Sussex called him out by name. And I think that in those circles, that is like unheard of, right? And I love that about her because people take her, I guess, her kindness and her polite manner as, somebody that can be toyed with. But the truth is, the Duchess of Sussex ain't no joke. And even moreover, she's not a punk. She's nobody's punk. And she's demonstrated that over and over again. And so people have like this idea um that she's the good girl and you can just run over her. No way. And I think Harry recognized that strength early on in their relationship. And so for that reason, he was like, this is the one I want to be with. Oh, this is jinxy because while I am on the live chat, it slows down my photos, so I can't bring it up right now. Oh well, but you've seen him, and what I was getting at is the guy has the most kinky hair. No problem with that. But when you look at his hair, you just look at him and you say, "Hey, bruh." You just know that he got some brother in him somewhere. And I don't know where. I mean, did his family like have a plantation in Jamaica? Is that where that comes from? But something is up with that guy. And looking at his hair, it just makes me say, "Hey, bruh." And now he's got to pay a lot of money to the Duchess of Sussex. And I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. I don't know if there's insurance or what if it comes out of his pocket, but he's got to pay a lot of money. Okay. All right. I think I have found him. There we go. And look at this picture and tell me what comes to mind. What comes to mind when you see this picture? Huh? Huh? Look at that hair. Look at that hair. Is his thing with the Duchess of Sussex self hate? Look at that hair. I mean, come on. That's bruh. Hey, bruh. It's something about that hair. I feel like I'm looking at a relative. Yes, he has an afro. Yeah. Now, is he officially mixed race himself, or does he like overplay this whole thing about, his aristocratic roots? It's a wig, B10. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It took me a minute to find the photo, but um, that's what I'm saying. He looks mixed race to me. But is he officially mixed race? Possibly Jewish. Okay. There's a lot of Jewish people that have hair like mine. Uh, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. But it wouldn't take too many trips to the Bahamas to get him to look like he would fit in just perfect at our Thanksgiving table. What's that? Are you saying he's a chemo patient? But that hair, that uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, he just looks like he's, like the Italian said, Megan, one of us. He looks like one of us. Yeah. So I just think it's fun. I think it's fun. And maybe that's why he kind of has it in for Megan because it kind of brings out the what up, bruh. It kind of brings out that what up, bruh in him. So, and it's cool. The only thing is we don't like him messing with the Duchess of Sussex. Now, you know, without any of that being said, do what you want to do, bruh, but just leave the Duchess of Sussex alone. That's all we want is for you to black Italian maybe. Yes. Yes. Lord Baltimore. What how do you say his name? It's Ruthermore. Lord what Ruthermore, one of us. But okay. So on to a more serious topic. As you know, or I don't know, maybe you all saw this, maybe not. Um the Daily, is it the Daily Fail or is it the Sun? One of those rags are trying to associate Prince Harry with how do you say it, Mahfouz, the CBE guy, the one with the cash for honors guy. You know, that whole thing is very suspect with his timing. And of course, oh, he's Sicilian, Beverly. Is that right? Let me put that up there so y'all can see it. Oh, well, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. I wonder if he has some of that blood from Alessandro de Medici, the first Duke of Florence. Alessandro de Medici. And and you know, Alessandro de Medici, his bloodline really fills the houses of Europe, and especially when it comes to the Habsburg of Austria. They definitely have some of that African blood. That's why they called him Alessandro the Moor, because that was the term that they used for African people, the Moorish people. Um, oh, well, thank you, Lorna. Thank you so much. But yeah, so the thing with Harry and this whole cash for honors thing, we all know Harry ain't got nothing to do with that. And he takes photos with a lot of people. And the reason why people take those photos is for access, because they want to remind people that they have some association, no matter how loosely it's based. And if you really want to condemn Harry for just literally shaking this man's hand and whatever contributions that he may have made to causes over time, if you really want to condemn him for that, just think of some of the bloodthirsty dictators that Her Majesty the Queen has enjoyed state dinners with. And nobody condemns her for that. Nobody brings up those photos. Well, on occasion, if they just want to be shady, they'll do that. But Harry's hands are clean. When the Prince Charles was promoting that Dumfries House became like a country estate for the wealthy donors. So the people who donated money to the Dumfries House would have access to the house. And one of the selling points that Charles had for his various charities was to introduce some of these people to Harry and William, because it helps to bolster Charles's image, and it also helps to bring in um, more big names and more donors, because the whole cash for honors is one thing, but I've been to the Dumfries house, and if you're not familiar with it, that's that house that you know, the whole thing with the Michael Forsythe and the whole stuff with the cash for honors and things. It had to do with the Dumfries house. They raised funding to save that country home, so that they could keep this collection of Chippendale furniture together. And so my whole point is, I'm not going to drag it out. It's just that Harry has met a lot of people over the years. He's also, like anybody else who runs a foundation or a charity, you're accepting checks from everywhere. Hey, Lydia. Yeah, Harry issued a statement. And you know what? I was I looked at one of the articles and it says, in a rare statement. When they say rare statement, what they're trying to say is that the person that issued the statement is in some state of panic and they're probably guilty of something. Harry just wanted to drive the point that, oh, is this a troll? Harry is a gangster? Now, are you saying that to say that he's cool? Because I don't recognize CP. Is that a troll? I'm gonna put you in timeout just in case. Um, yeah, that looks like that was a troll. I'm not sure, but we're gonna put you in timeout because, you know, I'm from the neighborhood I've come from. That could be a compliment or it could be an insult, so I'm not sure. But but it's probably not a compliment. So yeah, I'm missing all of these. I don't know how to slow down. Well, I think I know how to slow it down. But yeah, I'm missing all of your comments. Can you remove these two from the screen? You know, is there somebody else I need to get rid of? You know, I wasn't sure how the moderators work on the StreamYard, but let's see what. Oh, thanks, Lydia. I'm glad you're here. You guys, Lydia is like the oracle of the Sussex squad. You know how Neo went to the oracle and uh, Lydia doesn't get the credit she deserves for the way that she helps to, I guess, in a way, coordinate things. I think, but yeah, she's Lydia has helped some of these channels more than we could ever give her credit for. And of course, Church Nelly, Rising Phoenix, and Anastasia. Anastasia was so cool. She would tell me, she said, Baron, there's a troll, and I said, okay, Anastasia. And so without even asking her, Anastasia became a moderator. And she's like, well, I'm not sure what that means, but I'll figure it out. And figured out she did, and that's been a great thing. So um again, without the mod squad. Hey Joan, I just saw you there. Yeah, Harry is not going to let those clothes tarnish his name. Yeah, you know, and that's all it is. They're trying to muddy him up. And don't you love the timing of this? They come out with this thing with him shaking hands. By the way, let me get rid of the photo of these two because I'm tired of looking at them also. It's got to be something better I could put up there, like, I don't know, this. That's one of my favorites. Uh Is he being chased by clowns and some bubblehead, or is he? Well, yeah. Okay, let's see what Church Nelly is saying here. Kensington Karen on the screen. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Kensington Karen. Don't you love that photo of them, the co-conspirators at the Kensington Palace, and they're all lined up like the Brady Bunch behind the couch. Um, you know, some of the control buttons I have are so close to end podcasts. I, so if I accidentally get rid of y'all, it's not deliberate. It's just that I'm getting used to the technology, and we're gonna get there. Uh, but it's going to take me a minute, but I tell you guys, give me about a week and I will be very professional. And you see, I come back strong. I'm throwing graphics up on the screen. I'm talking my usual, you know what, but give me a minute and I'll get it together. So um, we're there. We have arrived. But yeah, that Kensington Palace crew, boy, I tell you, you know, guys, I've mentioned this before in videos, and I'm going to say this again. William's kingdom for today is Kensington Palace. He is the senior royal at the Kensington Palace, and everything goes his way. And it's just an unfortunate truth about his situation is that, he's the senior royal. And so, where things are concerned at Kensington Palace, he has a lot of authority, and people really do have to listen to him. They really have to, I guess, tap dance to his music. And it's unfortunate, but that's why the Sussexes couldn't stay there any longer because that's William's domain. And separating the two households that had to happen because I don't ever want to see the day when the Duchess of Sussex would have to actively curtsy to the likes of William. I don't want that day to ever come. So it's a good thing. The half in, half out. Um, that would have been another nightmare. Harry was trying to fulfill his duties, so I don't blame him for offering that option. But Harry was trying to fulfill his duties as the loyal, dutiful prince of the realm. But he needed to get out of there because it at some point it's going to be William's show. So I'm missing all the comments here. Um, let's see, what am I missing here? I'm gonna go back a little bit. Where are we? Okay, I see. A lot is going on with Sleek Willie. Much talked about in the mental. Yes, the whole mental health thing. Well, anybody can look at the guy and tell he's mental, but look at that photo of them. Look at that photo of them at the Kensington Palace, and they decided to take a group shot. They needed to have at least one minority in there because otherwise, this, no disrespect, but this looks like the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. And in the background there, you got that one person of color who I think is Polynesian or something like that. And he's a driver. They had him, you could tell that was a last minute decision because he's by the door. He's by the door, and I'm pretty sure that, like, look at the guy with the glasses on, standing close to him. He's kind of grimacing like, who let him in here? My word. Oh, thank you, Sunshine. Thank you so much. And happy Sunday to you. But yeah, so they didn't really want him in there. And over um William's shoulder. Look at that sinister looking. Ooh, when I see him, it's just look at his face. You know who that is, right? Over his shoulder. That's Knopf. That's Jason. Jason, who ain't even supposed to be there anymore. That's Jason Knopf, the troublemaker, allegedly, possibly, and most likely. That's Jason Knopf. Look at him with that crap-eating grin that he got. That's Jason Knopf. Yeah. And even in that photo, it almost looks, I'm not saying he did, I'm just saying possibly. It looked like he just took his hand out of somebody's pocket. I'm sure he doesn't do that, so I'm just exaggerating, but he just has that look. Baron, the chauffeur walked this way. Yeah, so he's a chauffeur. He doesn't have any kind of clerical position, and they got dinged at Kensington Palace because Church Nelly, Church Nelly, you being messy while I'm trying to work, and we all know you just had a birthday, and we're all happy that you had your birthday, you got your party on, but how dare you be more messier than me? See, I'm trying to maintain a certain amount of decorum, and y'all just going there. But that's cool. That's cool. In other words, you're just saying what a lot of people are thinking. Where is Anastasia? I haven't seen her yet. Oh boy, these comments are. How many people in the chats? I don't want to move the screen because the last time. Oh, there's my friend. There she is. Hey, Ronnie. Me and Ronnie go back like cornrows. I'm here to tell you, ride or die. We have been going back for years, and she's good people. So you all please say hi to Ronnie. Miss Ronnie Vanna. She's good people. Um, I lost my train of thought. And how did this happen? Something to do with Church Nelly. Rocked me back on my heels. I was trying to make some I'm sure extremely important point about something. And anyway, it's gone now, so I guess it wasn't that important. Anyway, let's get rid of the choir because there we go. We could look at something a little more pleasant. Cause yeah, those co-conspirators, this live is fantastic. Well, thank you, Ronnie. That's so unexpected to hear you say that. And of course, me saying that is unexpected, that is like the worst acting since the last Keanu Reeves movie. People get bad when I say that, but yeah, I know Keanu Reeves ain't a strong actor, but I love him as a person because he's good people. Okay, there we are. Hey, Anastasia. Anastasia used to help me out a lot with the trolls, so I owe her a lot of thanks too. Diane, I'm only just now seeing you. Okay. Now, you guys know I'm kind of nervous to introduce you to my friends and family because the last time I shared a mic with somebody, we all know what happened. And I ain't going to get into that who shot John, but the last time that happened, because see, I've been telling everybody how nice the squad is and how lovely y'all are. But I was kind of embarrassed by the way y'all treated Nathan. So, um, yeah, and I trust me, Ronnie is nobody's journalist. She's not a reporter. She has a lot of 411s for you. She has a lot of dirt. But okay, this is going way too fast. The worst actor since Glitter. I thought we agreed not to talk about that movie anymore. Who am I missing here? Church Nelly is cold. Oh yeah, is it cold in South Carolina? SC, it's cold in the. Is that okay? I'm not even gonna mess with that because I might be and said the wrong thing. Um, again, Church Nelly, it then took over the chats. Church Nelly, people love you though, you know that, and I don't mind at all. Hey, CP, thank you so much. Thank you. Matter of fact, let me scroll back because um my eyes are jumping like one of those slot machines trying to keep up with these comments. And again, thank you, Sunshine. And I'm gonna scroll back. Okay. You old when you can't stand to be in the casino, all that blah, 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 blah. I cannot stand it. I missed this one. Thank you, Black Cougar. Thank you. And please inbox me and let me know how you got that nickname. Because my imagination runs away with me every time I think about Black Cougar 1959. Okay, and then there's one for B10. See there? I wish I had a producer here by my side to help me with this because I'm missing everything. Okay. And then I still got stuff that I wanted to talk about. So, what was next on the thing? I already talked about Bruh Lord Rothermore, Bruh Man. Oh yeah, the courtiers. One of the things that I wanted to say about the courtiers. Do you all remember on Downton Abbey when Thomas got arrested, when they raided that club that he was in, he was at like, I guess you couldn't call it, it wasn't a gay bar. It was, because I guess, I don't know, maybe it was a bar. But anyway, it was a party for gentlemen only. And when they raided the place, Thomas got arrested. Lord Grantham's second butler, or second whatever. He was Carson was the butler. He was like the co-butler or butler in waiting, whatever. Anyway, how did he get out of trouble? One of the people that worked for the palace, he was like the valet for the king, presented his card to the police, and the police released him. And if you guys think that stuff ended with Downton Abbey, that still happens today. The amount of power that those courtiers have is, you know, it's you can't even measure it. You can't even measure it. And that's why there's so much palace intrigue in trying to get close to the principals, because they wield incredible power. And so I don't want to give a free pass to Prince Charles, but I wonder exactly how involved he was with this cash for honors. And the only reason why I say that is because there's been allegations about some of the charities over there for the longest, where people said that some of the people that oh, I didn't. Oh, this looked like a. It was frustrated because Harry wasn't supposed to have anything better than him. Unfortunately, Harry has Meghan, and he will do anything to bring. Yeah, Meghan, Meghan is like a thorn in Prince William's side, because he already knew that Harry was drifting, but having somebody strong by his side, it really completed that drifting away from the family. And so rather than look inward, he'd rather look outward and try to blame the Duchess for that. But we all know that Harry had spoke about getting away from Narnia for quite some time. Okay. Oh, this looks juicy. Hi, Black Cougar. I thought you were going to explain to me where that comes from, but okay. It's better if I just leave it to my imagination. But okay, what am I missing? Oh, by the way, I think I saw her somewhere here. Where is she? Oh, again, this is going kind of fast. Jazz Hands Kate. Yeah, full disclosure, I did not make up that nickname. I got that from Celebici, if I'm saying it right. I saw that on one of their articles, and it just captured my imagination. And after that, I couldn't stop saying jazz hands. So, yeah, I guess I was through with the whole thing about the courtiers. Oh, and Thrive with Harry and Meghan. Is Thrive here today? Thrive with Harry and Meghan. Thank you guys for going over there to subscribe to her account. Thrive with Harry and Meghan is another positive account for the Sussexes. And so, uh, as Tina and Michelle said, they're going to wind down their show to help build the community so that we will have more options. I think it's a good idea that we subscribe to some of these other accounts, because just like right now, unfortunately, I can't see most of the comments because they're going, okay, this is the one I was looking for. Never mind all that. Uh, See how messy I am? I just totally cut all that yakety yak off because I was trying to get to this. I created that name 11 years ago when I was 49. And they were using the term cougar for older women. 1959 was the year I was born. Okay. If that's all the details you want to give us, fine. Again, inbox me with some details. Oh boy. So anyway, that's enough of all that messiness. Thank you so much. That made my day. Yes, B10, that's exactly what it is. Connie? I didn't say hello to Connie yet. Hey, Connie. I think, Connie, you're in Switzerland, right? Gosh, am I jealous. Sometimes I'll look at those travel videos for Switzerland and I will totally immerse myself in the beauty of it. Now, I went through Switzerland because whenever I travel in Europe, I'm old school. I like to use the rail pass. Switzerland is so beautiful. And mind you, I only saw the train station and I only saw those images from those big panoramic windows on the train. But Switzerland is lovely. And I'm so, so jealous that you live there. Cookies and cream. Harry's case will be coming up. Yes, this whole thing about the phone hacking. Thank you for reminding me about that, cookies and cream. The whole thing about the. Okay, messy again. Uh-huh. This just gets better and better. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest caller. Well, oh, and looking at how lovely your photo looks there, I'm not surprised. But now what was I talking about? Pamela, what did I miss? I'm missing stuff. Okay, let me go there. Okay. Was there something else? Oh yeah, Rupert Murdoch. How old is Rupert Murdoch? He's one of those people that he's so old when he talks, you never know which line in his face the voice is coming from. I'd never know. But what he married to Jerry Hall before? She's a Texan. That doesn't surprise me. And guess who else is from Texas? Uh-huh. Can you all guess who else is from Texas? I think you know already, but I'll let you tell me. Um, I don't know. I have this love-hate relationship with the state of Texas. Not the people because, you know, I got peeps from there. But just the state itself, uh, it almost reminds me of Florida. But yeah, go blue, Texas. That's all I can say is please go blue. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News, The Sun, and so on and forth. But yeah, this guy is from Texas, and ugh, what are we gonna do with him? He's not only is he like a snake, but a snake that has two heads. You just never know which head is gonna bite first. So irritating. So in order to counter that, I need some kind of positive image. There we go. There, that takes the sting off. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I mean, I know it's not going to happen, and I know it's one of those stupid polls that they take just to have something to talk about. But I think Harry should give the Christmas address. Now, one of the things that I thought of that I kind of pulled back on it because the last thing I want to do is help them. If they had any kind of sense, yeah, you're right. You knew exactly where I was going. Jason is from Texas. Yeah. Um. Oh, he's 90 years old. Wow. And still stirring up trouble. Hey, Elaine. Elaine is from the UK, I think, right? Next time I go to the UK, now I know where I'm staying. When I went to the UK, I've stayed in hotels and I stayed at hostels, and only once did I stay in a proper English home because I have some friends that I met here that lived there at the time. Yeah, I one thing that I'm so happy for Harry is that even though he suffered two big losses in his life, his mother, well, of course, was the biggest loss, but then waking up one day and realizing what your family was really about, that had to be a tremendous loss for him. But the good thing is that he has a beautiful family now, and that includes Doria. So God bless Doria. And when I look at that video of the rollout of the cookbook, the Hub Kitchen cookbook, and Doria was there, I could only imagine that that really ruffled some feathers in the palace, seeing that you know her proudest moment, or one of her proudest moments as a princess of the realm, Meghan decided to invite her mother to the rollout for the cookbook. And I think that probably caused a bit of conflict among people seeing that her mother was there. I mean, I'm pretty sure of it. I'm sure that that was an issue for her, that her mother was there and what is she doing there? And I can't remember if the paper said something about it at the time, but if you remember, all of the tabloids and such, they constantly would mention things about what the Duchess could do, should do, couldn't do, what's improper, and so on and so forth. And they just would not stop critiquing everything that the Duchess of Sussex was doing, to the point, um, that, hey, Lorna, are you just joining us? Up until the point that, yeah, look at Doria. Look at her. She's a queen. I love her. Doria's everything. And one of the things that caused me a lot of anguish was just considering how much pain that she had probably gone through during that time. Yes, she is, during that time that her daughter was going through that stuff. And I don't know if you guys ever considered this, but I'm sure you have. How many times did the phone ring where people were saying things to Doria about what's in the papers, what's online, and what's being speculated about? And how many times did they just call Meghan and say, "We're worried about you"? That whole period of Meghan at that awful, oh, I don't even like to say the name of it, but when she was at the house, that the servants' cottage that they set aside for them, when she was at those servant cottage that they remodeled, could you imagine the atmosphere in her circle with people literally physically ill over the way she was being treated, over the things that were said about her? But it's that narrative that this black woman is getting something that she doesn't deserve, even though money was set aside for the reconstruction of that place. The money was set aside, but still, um, they made such a big fuss about it. So when I think of that place, this is what I think of. I don't really see it the way other people do. I think of some dank, nasty, back in the woods, backwards. And the reason why the name is Frogmore is because it's a swampy area. Frogmore is filthy, nasty, swampy, and I'm so, so glad they're out of there. But Frogmore was absolutely the worst place to be. The mausoleum that they have for Queen Victoria is going through an extensive reconstruction, renovation, because there's a very high water table there. And it's the kind of place that is reclaimed land. It's not where anybody would want to live. It was full of mosquitoes in the past. I don't know if it's still that way, but just thank goodness that they're out of there, because you know, let Beatrice or Eugenie, whichever one, uh, let them enjoy that. But I'm glad the Sussexes are out of there. But yeah. So anyway, let's get that off the screen because that really brings back too many terrible memories. How about this one? How about this image? That's better. Yeah, and for that matter, you guys do know Buckingham Palace at one time was quite it was almost like living in a cesspool. There's actually a river that runs beneath Buckingham Palace that they built over to try to dry out the area, but Buckingham Palace was no walk in the park either. That place was kind of nasty and filthy. So if you guys ever have yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. They called it servants' cottages, but there's our queen getting booted out of there she is getting booted out of Barbados. There she is. They decided that they would, and congratulations to Barbados for your independence. God bless you. It's been, what is it, 397 years of that connection to the empire and then the Commonwealth, and now it's over. Um, and they have their full and complete independence, and I'm happy for them. So, um, and I thought that was really nice that they illuminated the Christ the Redeemer statue with their colors. That was a nice touch. But and if you remember with the Frogmore, I'm sorry I'm not reading the messages right now, but I wanted to talk about this. If you remember with the Frogmore, one of the things that really bothered me was that whole big deal that they made about, oh, the Sussexes said they don't want anybody to talk to them. Somebody with good intentions, one of the courtiers, I believe, or someone who worked for Windsor. The whole village of Windsor is built around Windsor Castle as it would have been in medieval times. Somebody with good intentions said, if you see them, do not attempt to pet their dog. Try not to have, push into a conversation with them. In other words, treat them like they do celebrities in New York, in a very blase, oh, hey, kind of way where you just like nod your head and keep going. Instead of because at the time, even though there was so much negativity, we all know that the Sussexes were still incredibly, incredibly popular. And so someone on the Windsor estate said, if you run into them, leave them alone, essentially. And so once the tabloids got a hold of that, they turned it into something that it really shouldn't have been. And of course, first blame Meghan and then blame both of them. Blame our Duchess for something that she never said. I believe this image is from the streets of Toronto. Gotta love her. She took some amazing photos before she joined that family. Okay, I'm missing a whole bunch of comments. What am I missing? Well, that's the wrong restaurant, but just tuned in. Queen Doria puts them. Yes, she does. Queen Doria. Doria is a queen. Doria has a very sweet, positive energy about her. Connector, I missed you today. I'm just noticing you here. Did you just join us? According to the news, the Queen invited Miss Doria to. Yeah, and Doria declined. Doria didn't want to sit down with them. Doria was like, no thanks. Because they believe that uh uh so let me say, uh-huh. Okay, Renee, are you new to the channel? As you stated, it doesn't last that long, meaning forever. Okay, so the photo shows carrying baggage. Uh-huh. So what are you trying to say? Are you one of those people that are saying that, oh, but they've made this association with China, and are you predicting anything bad for them or what? I'm not sure what you're saying here. What are you trying to put the hex on them, or what's going on here? What's the problem? Let's get rid of that. Actually came from the neighborhood association. Thank you, Diane. I knew it was somebody who had some good intentions, if I recall, and that it was blown out of proportion. They were just simply trying to say to them, be cool when you see them, because there was there was a lot of hoopla about the Sussexes, and you know how the crowd treated them. Every place they would go. Uh okay. What does this say? It says I don't like it. Just re-listened yesterday to the interview with Princess Diana when she's okay. Okay. All right. I think I stand corrected on that. I wasn't sure exactly what you're trying to say there, but um again, this is going very fast. Um oh boy, this is tough. Anyway, oh, here's a name I don't recognize. Oh, thank you. MAB Global. Are you do you have your own podcast? Or is that but if you do have your own podcast, welcome. But you followed for a long time. Okay. I never saw your name pop up before. Let's see. We're talking about global power alignment. Okay. Um you have to see what I'm wearing. Oh, don't you love this photo? You know, Megan always keeps very natural makeup on, but if she ever would went into like the full glam, if she ever really gave you like the whole drag queen look, oh, could you imagine? I mean, not like the full drag with all the extra, but um yeah, she rocks it. Yep, she rocks it. Carol Middleton. You know, every time uh every time I think Carol, I mean, I can't say it, but I want to say it like Tiger King would say that Carol Baskin. I really want to say it like that, but that would be kind of so I just say that Carol Middleton. But Carol. What can I say about Carol? Um, I hope you guys don't mind if I just wander from topic to topic, because as I'm reading these comments, you are reminding me, you are triggering thoughts. But Carol Middleton. So the other day, I wasn't sure how old she was, and someone was nice enough to say that she's 66. She's 66 years old. So if Prince Charles, not if, but when he becomes king, um, Carol Middleton may possibly be 86 to 96 years old, pushing her air hostess cart down the aisle of Westminster Abbey for is that bad? Pushing her little trolley of beverages down the aisle of Westminster Abbey, probably delusional at that point and wearing her air hostess costume so that she could go to her daughter's coronation as queen consort. And Carol Middleton, I just have a feeling she don't want to wait that long. So I'm not saying that she is doing it. I'm not saying that it's happening, but I would say that she would have a good reason to try to conspire to make sure that her daughter becomes queen consort sooner rather than later. So I'm just saying, Prince Charles, always let the Middletons walk ahead of you, never behind you. Always keep them in front. Hello. Always keep them in front because you don't know what the Middletons are up to. But they're a slippery bunch. That Carol Middleton, one of these days, going to come out right. What's that? Hey, Duchess of Success. Carol got her coronation outfit. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. She's ready. She's prepped and ready to go. I wish they would hire a stylist for Kate. I don't know why Kate dresses the way she already got the job. She auditioned in her magical see-through dress. So why does she dress like she looks like one of those what is it? Laura Ashley. She looks like a Laura Ashley model from back in the day. I don't know why, and I have no vested interest in trying to make her look better in that it just seems like she's doing this whole dowdy thing almost as if I don't know, I guess somebody has told her to, you know, this is what I don't get. I'm going to show you. She wore that a year ago. She wore that a year ago. And I'm not going to just sit here and start picking on her like I do sometimes, but she wore that a year ago. What the what? She wore that a year ago. Doesn't that scream Laura Ashley? So you got the big collar with a plunging neckline. For what? I just, there's no excuse for that. No excuse. She looks like she ought to be sweeping out a gingerbread hut or something. It just, this seems like it just that outfit would just bring down the whole mood. Like even if people were excited that the Cambridges were showing up, it's like by the time they get there and like step through the threshold, everybody goes from the big grin to like uh deflated. Just that outfit, it's offensive. It just deflates one's temperament. Um Don't I sound posh? It just deflates one's temperament. But yeah, there's no excuses for that outfit. None. So, there we go. Something pleasant to look at instead of something offensive. Look at Prince Harry. When I think of that statue of Diana and they just happen to have that person of color on the statue, I said that was Harry's doing. I know it was Harry. Harry would be the one to say, my mom was very much XYZ. And so, we should make sure we have some diversity. Because when William saw that statue, William just looked completely dumbfounded. Like, what happened? William looked very confused. So, um, but yeah, again, I would say that that was Harry's doing more so than William. One of the things I really love about Twitter is that every so often I will find a photograph of the people's princess that I had never seen before. I mean, just back in the day, nobody could feather their hair like Princess Diana. The close runner ups to feathered hair was George Michaels and Aretha Franklin. Aretha used to rock a really mm, amazing feathered hairstyle. But if you're of a certain age, back in the day, we feathered. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. There we are. Well, not we. I mean, I didn't have that kind of hair, but um, I was feeling kind of sentimental the other day. I was really feeling sentimental about Princess Diana. And when I made that video about the um, hon- Prince Harry honoring his mother, when I made that video, I actually got tears at the end of it, and I made the video. I was like, just it brought back a lot of feelings about Princess Diana, and yeah, so every so often I'll have like that Princess Diana moment, and that's one of them was thinking about what she was able to do with the AIDS crisis because she was definitely way ahead of so many people. And this is somebody who I won't well, I'll just say because she didn't hold back. Princess Michael of Kent did an interview one day where she criticized Diana for not having enough education. And I was just like, that's Harry's aunt? That Princess Michael of Kent, she is a work of art. She is a real work of art. And that's why Princess Diana used to call her the U-boat captain. Yes, you're right. Oprah had the seriously feathered hair. Oprah used to bounce that hair at you on TV. Yeah, Oprah had some seriously feathered hair. Reminding me about that. Aretha only rocked the feathered hair for a short time. Oprah did it a lot. It's so funny too because Oprah said that Andre, her stylist, would go to those hair shows and he would come back from the hair show with all of these incredible ideas. And then when you would tune into the Oprah Winfrey show, she would have that big, massive hair. Almost to the point it was distracting. But Oprah would have that huge hair, massive hair. But yeah, thanks for reminding me that. I forgot all about that. Okay, let me get to some comments here because I'm missing all kind of stuff. Dresses that way to stay away from what that we see through image. you know, thanks to messy Twitter, I actually saved a couple of images of the Duchess of Cambridge, but I'm not going to share them because that'd be kind of messy. But you all probably seen them before. Her images when she was like riding around in taxis and going to parties and stuff. But yeah, our two queens, love them both. Princess Diana. Gosh, I really missed her this week. I really seriously missed her this week. But Harry honors his mother. Harry honors his mother as well. He should because she was incredible. So let me go down my list here. I already spoke, but yeah, I didn't really talk about the whole thing with Willie Leaks going to Apple to do a podcast. I suppose I didn't really pay much attention to it, but having that little cursory glance at the story, I did see that he's going to do something with them, and walking in Harry's footsteps. That's what he's doing these days, and um, it could only help for him to try to be more like Harry, and he really needs to try. But Harry is doing that family a favor, just like Princess Diana. He's going to help modernize the family. And when I say help to modernize it, not that William or his father will change, but he's going to what Harry's doing now will make life much better for the future generations of the royals. Not that I have a vested interest in whether they're doing good or bad, because whereas before I was very polite to, um, I wouldn't even say polite. The whole thing with the royal family was just a soap opera, and I didn't really care so much. But I loved Princess Diana, and the, you know, having moved on from all of that. Oh, look who's here! Hey, Miss VSNC09. Do I have to say it like that every time, or can I just say Miss VSN? I don't have to say the CO9. That sounds like a serious formula. But anyway, hello, Miss VSN. I hope you guys are watching Miss VSN's podcast because I do. Hey, Cypher. Yes, they will be forced to modernize, and they owe it to Princess Diana. And because of Princess Diana, now they have Prince Harry. Boy, I tell you, um, the royal family is going to go a long time. Do you realize how long they're going to go without having a royal wedding? Harry and Meghan, in terms of big weddings, that's it for quite some time. Um, whose wedding was it when it was so windy out that day? Do you guys remember? Was it Beatrice's wedding when it was super windy and one of the granddaughters, her dress blew up in the back? That was the first of the that was the first of the not Cornwall. What's the Andrew and Sarah Tosuck Ferguson? That was the first daughter's wedding. It was Eugenie. Yes, that wedding was windswept. The wind was gust like tearing the place apart. And when I shouldn't laugh about this, and no, I don't have a photo, and I wouldn't show it because that would be kind of mean. But it was Ford Fiesta's daughter. That dress blew up. I thought I was going to fall out on the floor. The dress blew up. She was trying to help the kids. Oh, but the reason why that happened is because whatever she was wearing was some little cheap frock that she got from, I don't know where she got it from, but it didn't have much weight to it. And poor thing. she, I hadn't seen that much pink in I don't know how long, but it was just I shouldn't laugh, but boy, that was so funny to me. Her dress just it literally blew over her head. and, and they were trying to say that the Sussexes upstaged the wedding because of their baby announcement. No, it wasn't the baby. It was that dress blowing up that upstaged everything, as far as I'm concerned. And then Sarah Tosuck Ferguson, she goes on the TV to tell everybody. I think she posted something on Twitter. I forgot what it was about how proud she was of her daughter. Meghan did not upstage them with the baby announcement. Everybody knew it already, especially the senior royals. That was just made up to try to make the Sussexes look bad. They already knew that she was pregnant before she left town. They would not have left the UK, or I mean, this was a matter of this was a constitutional birth. Of course, they were the first to know. The Queen was the first to know. So there's no way in the world that they didn't know that. But I'm going to tell you, one of my best days since Christmas was when Was when that dress blew up. Woo! Oh boy. And oh, I gotta stop. But yeah, that was like one of my best days. I was looking for a photo and I forget I forgot what I was looking for because I was thinking about that. But oh, but you won't find that photo or video. If you can find it, um if you can find it, I'm not saying share it or anything like that, but I loved it. That was a fun moment. But that whole day was a disaster, one after the other, and that was just one of them. Um, but that was like the last wedding that the Yorks would ever have, where Andy could actually show up because those days for him is over with. Now he has to really take a back seat. But yeah, I'm that was a nice laugh. I had to get that out of my system. I don't even know what I was talking about now. So let me see. I got a list of things I wanted to cover. Um well, let's go with this one. And not that this is so serious, but I actually lost a friend because of everything that was going on with the Sussexes. And that was because I had a friend that just believed everything that she read about them. And it was at that point that I realized who she probably had voted for in the past presidential election. I was like, oh, that explains a lot. But the reason why I brought this up is because something that is never really anybody's fault, like for instance, Princess Diana, there was a certain amount of fatigue in some people because they said she was overly exposed. But it wasn't Princess Diana's fault. It is the media that create these huge frenzies over people in the public eye, like in this case, let's say the Duchess of Sussex. Um, Meghan is very comfortable in letting other people enjoy the spotlight. She's not so, I guess, aggressive that she needs to be the center of attention. Like even her hairstyle, the messy bun. The messy bun to me represents a sign of humility, like saying, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm nobody's perfect. And just like Barbara Streisand used to say, do not airbrush my nose. Leave my nose the way it is. The Duchess of Sussex has said for years, do not remove any blemish from my face. That's why she wears minimal makeup because she's comfortable with herself. She's proud of herself and she's proud of her heritage. And part of her heritage is the freckled skin. That's part of her heritage. So, don't do too much. Just Okay, I know what I just did. I know what I just did. Actually, I don't know how that happened. No sound. So let's get here. Uh okay, can you all hear me now? Okay, let's get rid of that. And um okay, you can hear me. Good. Good. You know, I told you some of the tabs are really close together, and somehow I hit the settings and it just knocked me out. But the good thing is it didn't end the podcast. So, okay, okay. That being said, I forgot what I was talking about. Hey, let me see. There we go. Patricia, thank you so much. You know what, you guys, when you go through the comments, Patricia, um, oh, Patricio. Am I saying it right? Marcel. I tell you, some people, when you look at the comments, you know they are born writers. And this is someone who writes extremely, extremely well, like in a way that I never could. I don't even think that clearly, let alone could I write that clearly. But yeah, some of the comments, some people just write in that like almost journalistic kind of way, and who knows, some people may actually be a journalist on the right side of things, but not to say that Patricio is, but always refreshing. They didn't take his medals, they can't take anything he's earned. He took his honorary titles that no one's the queen gave what's that, the ones the queen gave him out of grace and favor. Are you speaking of Harry? Don't you love that term, grace and favor? I mean, really, it's like the ultimate handout, grace and favor. Um, but grace and favor in the royal family, that really means that the queen, just as it says, the queen is just something that you probably didn't earn. And the only person in the family who's really earned anything is Prince Harry. Um, and I guess you could say to a much lesser extent, Andrew kind of earned a couple of things, but Harry is the true warrior in the family, as evident by the fact that he was willing to fight for his queen, not the queen, but his queen. Adrian, hello. I didn't see you all day. I probably have been a little preoccupied throwing myself out of the broadcast, but it's helping William. But I don't believe that, because that will prove Diana was right about. Um, how could we possibly know what the queen is and is not aware of? I mean, she's at that point where we don't even know what her daily functions are like. So I think at one point the queen may have had more authority over things, but as far as I know, the queen has relinquished a lot of her responsibilities to Prince Charles. And maybe that's why Prince Charles doesn't fight so much to try to look relevant, because he is relevant. What bothers me this day, they told Meghan to be 50% of herself. I suppose she's not to smile too much, and it rubs me the wrong way. They told her not to smile too much, and it rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, um, but you can't dim that kind of a light. You know, there is light, and then there's the Duchess of Sussex, who's so full of life and has so much light coming from her. I mean, one thing that you notice about, like, the term of a person, when they say a person has star quality, you can always tell when a person has that star quality, because when you look at the old photos, no matter who they're surrounded with, they always seem to have that certain glow about them, like they're destined for greatness. Hey, Mary Man, didn't see you on here all day. Welcome. Which leads to a very important question. How long have, oh, it's been an hour and a half already? Did somebody roofie me? What in the world have I been talking about for an hour and a half? Have I been roofied? Have I gone on a date with with some old comic? Have I been roofied? Oh, I was talking about losing a friend. But yeah, so and this honestly did happen. I'm not making this up. But she said some things about Meghan that I didn't like. And that happened a few times. But okay, let's agree to disagree. But what bothered me was that one day she said that Meghan had a makeup line and that the queen is angry at her because the queen felt like she started this makeup line and the money should be over here. Do you all know what I'm talking about? The makeup line? And it's some like ad that jumps up occasionally on certain like websites where it shows like Meghan's makeup secret and it implies that Meghan has makeup line, which she does not. And this was from like a couple years ago. And so I told her, I said, no, she doesn't. And she said, yes, she does. I said, no, she doesn't. I said, if she had a makeup line, I said every day, and this is long before a podcast, every day I would eat, sleep, and drink Harry and Meghan all day. I wanted to see what they were doing, where they were doing, all of that stuff. I said, if she had a makeup line, I would know it. It does not exist. I said, if she had a makeup line, the tabloids wouldn't stop talking about it. But she insists that it was true. And so when we had the big falling out, and this was somebody who was not the closest of friends, but it was actually a coworker, right? And you know, somebody who loved to gossip about people and everything, but we were cordial with each other, very much so, hung out and stuff, even away from work. But finally, the straw that broke the camel's back was when she had a conversation with me one day, just out of the blue. She texted me. No, actually, we were on a phone call. She said, you know, I don't think people really like Harry and Meghan as much as you think they do. They should probably, they probably need to just lay low for a while. This is like right after they moved to California. And without thinking about it, I snapped. I said, would you please stop reading that stuff? I said, that's not true. Why do you consume that? And then when I thought about it, that's when I realized that she was, you know, on the other side. She was on the other side. She was a Fox News person. And she believed everything about anybody so long as it was negative. Do y'all know anybody like that? As so long as it's negative, so long as it seems like that you know you are learning something that most people don't know or don't get, she's all for that. And that frustrated me. And so she sent me a text message. I wish I would have actually, I still have a message, but I'm not going to read through it. But it basically, she said something you said triggered me, and I thought about it. This is not the first time that happened. Well, it was probably the second or third time it happened because she was saying something that wasn't true about the Duchess of Sussex, and I really did not value her friendship enough to try to fight for that because I knew what kind of person she was. And so, having that in mind, I was just like, okay, I said what I needed to say. So she told me, she said, well, That's how I feel, and you don't have to reply. And so I said some things, almost out of character for me because I really don't get so agitated that often. But I responded in kind and I closed it out with, and you don't have to reply. And that was the last time we spoke to each other. And that was quite some time ago, probably 2 years ago. And I'm not sorry that happened because I don't need a person in my life that um, hangs on to stuff like that, especially a lie. And seeing the Duchess of Sussex going through what she was going through at the time, it was just very painful for me to think that I'm in company with someone who, um, you know, believes stuff like that. So, that's my big story about that. I wanted to talk about that today. I don't know if that has ever happened to any of you all, but um, that was sobering. But I was unyielding in my support for the Sussexes because I I I knew better. I knew better, and this is someone that was clinging to gossip. And even like in the old days, if you remember the Star, the Inquirer, you always had that one person in your family that believed everything that came out the Star and the Inquirer, everything without hesitation. So I didn't want it anymore. I said, okay, enough is enough. So it wasn't just because of the Sussexes, but it was just at that point when I realized, okay, this is hopeless. This is hopeless, and I don't want to be in that person's company anymore. So we haven't spoke since then. I'm looking at my phone right now and tell you when that was. That was May the 6th, 2020. That was the last time we had a conversation. May the 6th, 2020. So yep. Um, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. When I throw my support behind someone in the public eye that I know is doing good work and stuff like that. Even when they make a mistake, even if something looks bad, I'm not a fair weather fan. I stay in it. Um, you always got to allow people to be human. I have a friend who is a William fan, but is smart enough not to say or post BS on her timeline because she knows I will fact check her. Good. Meghan being Harry's wife really triggered faux-minded people. That is so true. That is so true. And in any of my podcasts, I've never spoke about this before, but um, I'm not saying that was the absolute reason why the friendship collapsed, but it was it was time. It was time because sometimes you look the other way and you look the other way, and sometimes you just can't avoid the reality of it. The sad thing is that at Royal Sussex is that the coworker probably didn't hear about Meghan in the U.S. tabloids prior to it being known that she was dating Harry. So for her to believe reports since 2016 is sad. Yeah, yeah, and that's just it. Um, People defined the Harry and Meghan in particular. Actually, they redefined Harry because Harry was okay before he was with Meghan, but they defined Meghan by these pathetic, horrible headlines. And I will never, for my entire life, I will never forget how helpless I felt when they were trapped in Frogmore and subject to those nasty tabloid articles every day. For what was it, 4 months? She had only been seen in public twice. Let go of some as a result, like Meghan said, it's about right, wrong, and right. It's good to support right, not wrong. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for letting me get that off my chest because I couldn't really talk about this with some people close to me because they don't really get the whole point of it. But and then there's some people who know me well enough to know where I'm coming from. So Will not agonize you. Yeah, and I felt like I was being taunted in some kind of way. I felt like I was being taunted in a way. So, um, uh-huh. Did I miss something? Oh, Church Nelly, you got a sermon going on while I'm doing this podcast. Do you want to share something with me? Because I haven't been reading the comments that much, but give it to me. I'm ready. Or are you ready to dance again? You ready to dance? I got you. I got you, Church Nelly. We can turn it up. I hope you love the video, Church Nelly, because I had a lot of fun with that. That was like one of my favorite things ever was doing that video. And I think we should probably take another look at it. What you think? Let me see if I can find it. Uh is this it? Uh-oh. We stopped that because
Hello.
I don't think you guys could see it. Uh so I gotta go here and I gotta do that. Okay, I'm all over this. I got it. Let's do it again. Da, 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 da.
Hello. Ivy here.
Hello,
Ivy?
Ivy.
Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. Church Nelly's gonna be there. All right. Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know,
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Okay. Okay. I hope y'all can still hear me. Do you know somebody just tried to call me? I don't want to get knocked out the chat. Hey, I hope I okay. Okay, y'all can still hear me. Good. Um, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love that. One thing that I have to say is that for years, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have like a black belt in meme making. And so it's almost as though I have been prepared for this podcast for a long time. And I never talk about anything to do with work history or something like that because you know how it is. Sometimes when you're doing something like this, you give somebody the littlest thread, and the next thing you know, I don't even have to tell you the rest of that, but I've learned my lesson. And I don't know, maybe at some point I won't be so stuck up about it, but for now, I don't want to like, you know what I mean? I don't want to what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to have to explain something that really doesn't need an explanation. So, and for the most part, um, I try to share as much as I can. But oh, I just found a picture. I just found a picture of Lady C. There she is. There's Lady C. Looks just like her, right? That looks just like Lady C. I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. Just like her. The flip side of the nickel, as I love to call her. I haven't heard much from her lately. You guys, one thing that I have been very adept at is that I usually block the what do you call it? The channels that I don't want to look at. When I see those thumbnails, I just check uninterested or not interested. And if you do that, they'll stop coming up on your feed. So I that's how I avoid them. And it works. And you could also go through your device, and or not device, but go through your YouTube and clear out the memory, and then you don't have to worry about that stuff. Let's see, what's that? Xena, it's a spitting image. It sure is. Uh looks just like her. Let's see, what am I missing here? I'm so sorry about these remarks. I'm missing everything. Insurrectionist, yeah. Let me see. I don't even know how many people are in the live chat right now. Let me see. How many people do? Oh, 640 people are watching? I had no idea. This is my first time looking at that. 640 people watching and only 419 likes. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's a good ratio. But yeah, let's get rid of Lady C off of here because she is ruining my feng shui. And I don't like for people to ruin my feng shui or my chi. And because I'm over a certain age, I'm not even sure I can still reach my feng shui. And the bad thing is, I'm not sure anybody can reach my feng shui. Okay, I'm getting to that point where I'm getting a bit punchy. So I guess yeah, we'll probably have to wrap this up at some point. But yeah, when I start getting punchy, almost anything comes out of my mouth. And while I still have a podcast, I better try to rein it in before it's too late. But oh, I know what I was looking for. It was something somebody mentioned, and I'm going to try to cue it up. It is very popular with some of the squatties. And I'm going to make sure I deliver on that. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see. I'm looking at some more of the comments. Good night, Baron and squad family. It's up late early morning and me Monday. I never miss Audrey. Well, thank you, Audrey. Thanks for spending some time with us here. Thank you very much. I am so deeply honored that you allowed me into your electronic device, whatever you're using, phone or tablet or what have you. But oh, okay. I have some images of QE2 that I never share, only because, I don't want to be too disrespectful. And I'm sure y'all are saying, well, that's never stopped you before, Baron. But yeah, some images of QE2 I just keep for my own personal amusement. And then other images I love to share. So maybe as time go by. But you know what? I better share those images before it's too late, because if I wait too long, it'll really be in bad taste to share them, if you know what I mean. So oh, that sinister laugh. You're probably wondering, what exactly are you hanging on to and how are we going to be able to see it? I'm not sure yet. Speaking of how are we going to be able to see it, you guys that are on the Patreon, I want to thank you so much. I know the Patreon is, I just have to issue a warning. If you want to become a patron, I deeply, deeply appreciate it. But if you're going there looking for perks and special content, it don't exist. And if you're a Patreon and you know this to be true, let's see some hearts right now, because the hearts mean I know that you love me and you have accepted the Patreon as it is. Yes, Baron. How things, well, they go in a daily fail again. Here they are claiming that TV journalists refuting Duchess of Sussex dismissal of bullying. Of course they're going to refute that. Okay, Joyce, CP, y'all understand, right? Thank you so much. This is when you know people love you, is when they will put up with that Patreon. My Patreon, the Patreon is like having another YouTube channel. It's a lot of work. Baron, you have to remember that Harry loves his grandmother. That's true. That's true. He loves her very much. And I would never question that, because it's like anybody else. Your family is your family. Robin is on the Patreon. Cypher, Adrian Burrow. Yeah, I think I got like maybe 15 people on Patreon, and they are witnesses. It's a disaster. I, I saw that Patreon and I started trying to do some stuff. I said, "Today, Satan, not today, Satan." That Patreon is that's another job. That is another job, and I don't even want to start something I can't finish. So I'd rather just focus on the YouTube. Do you guys realize that since April the 15th, I've made over 300 videos? Did you all know that? Since April the 15th, I've made over 300 videos. And I didn't even realize it was, oh, wow, it looks like I just got another Patreon. Let me see. I'm going to take a look. Did I just get a new Patreon? I'm looking now. Oh yeah, because I got 17 now. Wow, thank you so much. I've and don't think I haven't noticed this. I've never actually named anybody on the Patreon. Let me see. I don't even know how to use the menu. Ain't that a mess? I told you that Patreon is a lot of work. 16. Oh, okay, I got 16 patrons. That was 3 weeks ago. Okay, anyway, I would love to shout it out, but I can't navigate the the menu for the Patreon. But yeah, you guys, I do apologize, but that Patreon is a lot of work. And I would rather focus on the channel. But yep, I found what I was looking for. You guys, if Harry wants to spend time with his grandma, all he got to do is go to Mickey D's. This is why the Queen has been absent. It's not because it's not because she's been under the weather. It's because the Queen has a lot of responsibility and she just needs to get away from that family sometime. So she found some much needed camaraderie in her other work. So that's it. Yep, the Queen's new standard is 2 off beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun. Not the Queen with another job. Yeah, she's been moonlighting. That's the term I was looking for. She's been moonlighting. Well, it's one way to keep your sanity, because um long as she's at work, then Andrew hasn't stuck his hand down in her purse today. So okay, now you may hear a little. Okay, I don't think you can hear that. Maybe you can. I have a standing desk. I decided to get a standing desk because when you sit for so long, it's not really good for you. So with the standing desk, when I need to stretch, you just hit the lever. I'm sorry if you're English, I'll say it the right way. If you tap the lever, once you tap the lever, the desk will rise. But yeah, when you hit the lever, then what's a button and it raises up the desk. Sometimes for fun, I tell people from the UK, I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. I'm an American." But the thing is, they give it right back to you. They say, "Yeah, I know." But there is a slight difference in the American English and the British English. And on my cell phone, on all of my devices, I use the English, the British English. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm a Knight Rider and I'm talking to Kid or whatever. I prefer that. But what am I missing here? Church Nelly, you just got it? Oh, I think I got something for Church Nelly. I always got something for Church Nelly. You guys, and once again, let's wish Church Nelly happy birthday because we haven't had a chance to wish her happy birthday on the live. So don't forget to wish Church Nelly the happiest of birthdays. When Church Nelly ain't dancing, she's a great moderator on the Royal Sussex. So let's not forget that. Yes, happy birthday, Church Nelly. Okay, we'll go back to Medea. Hello. Hello. I used to have this fantasy that Medea and Mama from Mama's Family would be next door neighbors in the movie. That would be really interesting. Oh, before I go too far, I want to know if you guys have seen this. Have you seen this guy? He has become a sensation on the Twitter and TikTok and such. Do you guys know who that is? If you've never seen him before, this is one of the Secret Service agents for what's his name? Biden. Yeah, that's one of Biden's Secret Service agents. And so people noticed him the other day, and of course that has changed his life. They say he's kind of giving you Tom Cruise from whatever that movie was. You guys don't know who it is? I don't know what his name is, but he's a Secret Service agent. I don't think that we'll ever get a name for him, but yeah, that he's like Agent Hottie, I guess. But that's Biden's Secret Service agent. Joan Commonwealth? No, who is he? Yeah, they didn't give us a name. Yeah, but that's they made a TikTok video for him. They made a TikTok video for him for no other reason than being Agent Hottie. He doesn't even look old enough to be a Secret Service agent, does he? It's like, whose kid is that? Is this bring your kid to work day? Risky business, right, Miss VSN? Yeah, he does give you risky business. A distraction. Yeah, I guess it could be a good distraction and a bad distraction, either way. But yeah, I thought it was funny. I mean, it's just like, could you imagine what his parents thought about that when they found out that their kid has suddenly become Agent Hottie? Let me see. I think I have another photo of him. Um, I'll share that one. There we go. So, I mean, he's rocking those Wayfarers, though. If he wasn't a Secret Service agent, he could definitely do like the whole eyewear model. But yep, that's Agent Hottie. Okay. But Agent Hottie has got to go. I know, but I got to make room for some other stuff here. Yep, Biden had to get rid of the other loyalists. Yeah, he did. Yeah, all the backstabbers got to go. Oh, you guys, I'm not going to share it with you, but during the past 4 years, I have made some memes like you wouldn't believe. Well, if you know me, you probably know what I'm capable of, but I have made some memes that I could not share because I don't want the Secret Service knocking on my door. Yeah, he would. He would fit in on a college campus. That's a great observation, Pamela. He would definitely fit in on a college campus, but then uh I don't know. Let's say, for instance, Biden's grandkids. I mean, that could cause some kind of incident, I'm sure, if if he got too close to one of the grandkids. Uh, but as messy as I am, that's just what I would be looking for. Do y'all think I'm too messy though? I mean, I think my messy is really tempered with humor rather than just being nasty and mean. Or what do you think? I'm just asking, what do you think of my level of messiness? I mean, I'm mostly having fun. I don't hate anybody. But like for instance, that picture of William that I shared yesterday. Do y'all remember the picture of Prince William that I shared? Do you guys think that this was messy? Whoever suggested to Prince William, whoever made the suggestion to go to the goat farm and pet some goats, now that's the person that needs to be fired. I wonder if that was like Jason Knopf's way of leaving. Um, if Jason Knopf was like trying to, I guess, mess William up on the way out, but I don't think he's going anywhere. He's just going to the charity. So, yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Um, I mean, what do you think? Do you think he was trying to like mess with William's head or what? But it does look like William. You have to admit it kind of looks like Prince William, but um and I'll show the exact photo that it reminds me of William. But William's petting goats. Kate is holding spiders and grinning and grinning and grinning. Um, they got too much going on. But it is kind of messy, though. I like making fun of William, though. William just begs for it, I think. So when I saw William petting the goat, it instantly triggered me, if you will, and took me to another photo of him, which, yes, I do have a collection of William photos. So, what do you think? This and this, this and this. Separated at birth. Separated at birth. Okay. Okay. I keep trying to get rid of him, but he just keeps coming back. Agent Hottie. uh there we go. Okay, gone. But yeah, when I saw the goat, I said, yeah, that's him. Let me see how many people are 601 people? Wow. Okay. I would have thought after that picture of the goat, I would have scared more people away. But yeah, we need to wrap this up soon. What time is it? Uh yeah. So what do you say, you guys? Does anybody have any more questions before I close this out? Because you all were on Tina and Michelle earlier, so I'm sure y'all all talked out by now. Um, I mean, but for me, I just feel like I'm hanging out, so it's not a big deal. But I don't want to. Oh yeah, you know what? I really do have to go because Sussex Global UK Ivy has just posted. Ivy here. Um, Hello, Ivy here. She's just posted, and it's about private and royal patronage. So I got to watch me some Miss Ivy. So we're gonna close this out soon. So yeah, if you guys want to skedaddle over to Miss Ivy's, I'm not going to be offended at all. So I'm sorry. Any more questions, anybody? Any more questions before we close this out? Because I cannot believe it's been 2 hours already. Time for me to Ivy out. Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you. It is Ivy time. I love me some Ivy. Okay, you guys. So this has been a lot of fun. Um, if you have any questions or anything, leave it in the comments. No, dear, have a good day. We'll watch next. Okay, yes, yes. Adios, amigos. Thank you, Robin Rogers. Okay, everybody, let's move the party over to Ivy's. Okay, Ivy at the Sussex Global UK. Okay. I never know how to close this out, but thanks, you guys. I'll play a little music and then we'll call it a day. Okay. Let's do the dance one more time. And actually, I don't even have that cute, so I guess we are done. Okay, you guys. Thanks. It's been lovely. Thank you for joining me here on the live broadcast. Um, Love you all. Thank you for all of the generous contributions and all the support that I've received. It is, you guys, you complete me. Okay, we're gone. Ivy out.